Topping today's news, the woman who left an infant in the restroom at a gas station is in police custody today. The country records its 20th traffic fatality. The Speaker of the House of Assembly says she has no interest in the F&M leadership race, and the Sports Minister dubs the World Relays a success. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Jcn Saunders. This is your JCN Evening News. Thank you so much for joining us. A 24-year-old female is in police custody after the horrific discovery of a deceased newborn male infant in the restroom of a service station on Gladstone Road on Tuesday morning. Emergency medical personnel determined that the infant was between the ages of 15 and 20 weeks old. Police say the female in question presented herself to hospital where she received medical attention. Meantime, while entering the Parliament this morning, the Minister of Social Services, Miles LaRota, provided an update on investigations into the infant discovery. He noted that in addition to the police, Social Services will be working separately to probe the suspected case of child neglect and cruelty.
Social Services is starting their own investigation, and that is first to determine the mother of the child. I spoke with the director a few minutes ago, and she promised to give me an update with the individual who will be conducting the social services side of the investigation. I cannot speak to anything else because the police have their own going on.
Minister LaRota emphasized that there are other options for young women who may be pregnant and says those in need of help can always turn to social services for assistance.
I could tell you of foster homes that I am personally aware of involving children who the mother had the baby at the hospital and just never returned. And I know of at least 2 situations where the child has been placed in very loving homes. And so my advice to young ladies out there, if they feel that they're in a difficult situation, especially as it concerns the welfare and maintenance of their children, that the government provide assistance, they provide homes, there are wards of the state.
Minister LaRota says this situation, unfortunately, is not new to the Bahamas, but it is a situation that requires more attention and support. Meanwhile, the traffic police on Grand Bahama are reporting that shortly after 2 a.m. in Grand Bahama, a female driver lost her life in a fatal car crash. Police say the driver lost control of her vehicle while trying to overtake another vehicle while on Midshipman Road. The passenger received only minor injuries. This is believed to be the 20th traffic fatality so far this year. It comes after the death of 2 men who died in a fiery car crash on Eleuthera on April 27th. Today in the House of Assembly, members began debate on the trial by judge alone and the Supreme Court Amendment Bill 2024. However, before the House members began the order of business, House Speaker Patricia DeVoe sought to refute a social media post. The post pictured here says that she and her aide expressed support for former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis as opposed to Michael Pintard in the race for leadership in the F&M come June 1st.
Members, while I don't get caught up in political mischief, there's a post circulating on social media with my photo attached, indicating my support in the upcoming leadership race for the Free National Movement. To that, I say, interesting. Well, hear me. So that there will be no speculation, public or otherwise, whereas a member in this honorable place would consider me biased for another. I do not, and I repeat, I do not have a shared opinion, nor did I render any support, whether verbal or otherwise, to any candidate in their respective posts as they bid for leadership. No similar, don't mix me up. I learned when the country learned of their formal candidacy, but what I will say from this chair is that I wish each and every one of the honorable members well in their future political endeavors as they vie for a position at the executive. And regardless of who comes out the victor, the business of this House, on behalf of the Bahamian people, will proceed earnestly. So to the pundits, please leave Madam Speaker and her office out of the political shenanigans.
The Speaker said she felt compelled to respond to the social media post to protect the integrity of the chair. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Bole, came under much fire leading up to the World Relays, with many Bahamians expressing concerns about the readiness of the stadium and the cost to repair it. Well, this morning in the House of Assembly, Minister Bole was proud to announce the successful hosting of the World Relays.
There is no doubt that the World Athletics Relays held here in Nassau on the weekend past were triumphant on every level. Over the 2 exhilarating days, the Bahamas welcomed more than 50 nations and over 900 athletes. These world-class athletes competed on a newly renovated, certified track surface and a state-of-the-art stadium. But before the gun sounded, these teams embraced the true Bahamian spirit, hospitality. They got to taste the scrumptious meals and culture explosion. Madam Speaker, the impact of this event is undeniable.
Minister Bole says the government and the people of the Bahamas are also proud of Team Bahamas, in particular that 4x400-meter mixed relay team.
Every Bahamian athlete who graced the track did so with unwavering pride, and I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate each and every Bahamian who represent us in this year's World Relays. Madam Speaker, a tremendous applause to our phenomenal mixed 4x4 team who secured their coveted spot in Paris. We cannot forget the brilliance of young star Shania Adley, a mere 16-year-old who stepped up to the challenge. She proved that age is only a number, and that determination and desire to succeed is all that is needed.
The next World Relays will be held in China in 2025, but before then, Team Bahamas will compete at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games beginning on July 26. And finally in this segment, firefighters from the Royal Bahamas Police Force, they've been battling a fierce fire in the Joe Farrington Road area. You can see the size of that blaze by the huge black cloud of smoke that came from that fire, and you can see it from miles and miles away. People who were on the waters on their boats sending in video of that fire. And it is believed to have threatened some businesses and homes in the area as well. Police say they do not know how the fire got started, but it is believed to be in the vicinity of a junkyard that is filled with abandoned vehicles. At present, the cause of the blaze is unknown. Once the blaze is extinguished and investigations conducted, the police will try to find out exactly what happened there. At this moment, though, no injuries or loss of life have been reported. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back after these commercials.